Welcome to Los Borrachos Happy Hour with your host, Los Borrachos.
Oh my gosh, Josh came over and said, what did that mean?
There's just no quitting this team. Welcome to Buffalo. I mean, what a vet, taking the game-winning field goal in a tough, weird situation you don't see too often. He came in prepared, ready to go. Our team didn't quit. I mean, I think there's people that left the stadium. That's okay. We'll be fine, but have some faith next time.
Yeah, you took the red off.
Woo! Week 1, baby. And that's right, Josh Allen. Have faith sometime. But yep, highest scorer of the week, Josh Allen. Won me my game. Wasn't a coincidence. Made me the highest scorer of the week. But yeah, man, week 1 done. Start with these videos. Keep them short for these first few weeks. Like I said, not a lot of info yet. Still okay to see what these teams are. Did they just play a shitty team, or did the defense get a little bit better? But I mean, I just go over. I'll go over the standings and then the matchups, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get into them. All right. So here we go. After week 1, our standings goes Los Borrachos in first place. The Rook, second place. Mike and the Boys, third place. Rebel Scum, fourth place. OG Men, fifth place. Los Tanks, sixth place. The En Fuegos, seventh. The Nighthawk, eighth. The Arab Sensations, ninth. And the Warhammers in 10th place. Coming in with only 99.97 points. Biggest blowout of the week was the Rook versus the Arab Sensations of 34 points. Shame. All that research, dog. But again, just 1 week. Everybody could make a move, score, be a high scorer next week. But yeah, we'll look into matchups and see what's up. All right. And up first, our first matchup. We have Los Borrachos, first place, versus Mike and the Boys, third place. Los Borrachos is projected to put up 120, Mike and the Boys 125. Los Borrachos starting Josh Allen, Devontae Adams, Deebo Samuel, Ashton Genty, Josh Jacobs, Tyler Warren, Jameson Williams, RJ Harvey, and the Niners defense. Mike and the Boys starting Justin Herbert, Amon-Ra St. Brown, T. Higgins, James Cook, Chuba Hubbard, Brock Bowers, Zay Flowers, Khalil Shakir, and the LA Rams defense. As far as Los Borrachos, Jameson Williams didn't do so well last week. Maybe that offense isn't so good without Ben Johnson in it. It's going to get some used to. RJ Harvey playing second fiddle with forgot his name. Oh, Dobbins. But we'll see. They'll see. Mike and the Boys starting Herbert this week. Could have gave him 55 points last week, but I mean he won either way. Amon-Ra, I don't think he did pretty well. T. Higgins, I think was his lowest scorer last week. James Cook scored pretty high thanks to Josh Allen. Chuba Hubbard, still the number 1 over there in Carolina, but they look sorry. So Brock Bowers, I think he should be able to play this week. I think he said he was limited or something, or he might give it a go. Zay Flowers, I mean, I don't really trust them. Very inconsistent, but who knows? Cleveland just had a game against Cincinnati, and they kept it close. Khalil Shakir versus the Jets, and then the Rams versus Tennessee. I mean, the Rams defense looked pretty good, but Houston's offensive line is pretty whack. So yeah. I mean, again, last week Los Borrachos were projected to put up 120, were the highest scorer. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Good luck. All right. Our second matchup, we have Los Tanks versus OG Men. Los Tanks at 0-1 in sixth place versus OG Men in fifth place at 1-0. Los Tanks is projected at 124 and OG Men is projected at 127. Los Tanks is starting Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Marvin Harrison Jr., Derrick Henry, Kenneth Walker, Sam Laporta, Jalen Waddle, Travis Kelce, and no defense. Crazy move. OG Men is starting Baker Mayfield, Malik Neighbors, Mike Evans, Christian McCaffrey, Omarion Hampton, David Njoku, Tyreek Hill, Juwan Jennings, and Arizona's defense. For Los Tanks, has that stack of Dak and CeeDee. Should do a little bit better this week against the Giants. Hopefully, CeeDee Lamb could catch the ball. Damn, he almost killed me that game. But Marvin Harrison looks like he's finally living up to his fucking potential. Last year when I had him, ni madres. But doing well. Derrick Henry, the highest fucking points of a running back. Too bad he had a fumble and Josh Allen won. Kenneth Walker looks like he's taking a back seat to Charbonnet, but according to them, they're going to have him more involved, and I don't know what. He's probably still dealing with that injury he did during preseason. That's why I really wasn't so high on that phone. Sam Laporta should do good. I don't know. The Hawkinson didn't do anything against Chicago this past week, but I don't know if that had to do with McCarthy or it had to do with Chicago's defense. But I mean, he put up points. Fucking Goff can't throw any further than 5 or 10 yards in front of him and shit. So that's Laporta right there. Waddle got injured. I think came back in. They say he should be fine, but that offense seems to be struggling. So we'll see if they could get it together against New England, who just lost to my Raiders. Travis Kelce versus Philly. Should do good. I mean, right now, with Worthy gone, Rice gone, this should be the time for him to shine and put up some points, but I don't know. Let's see. I saw you pick up somebody, but I think you must have just dropped. Oh, you got Green Bay's defense. I mean, they did pretty good against Goff and them, but again, Goff and them are bringing in the new offensive coordinator. They were meant to struggle. Shit, I would have dropped Cooper Kupp, but that was me. But yeah, I guess would have been so he'd be at 131 if he adds the Green Bay defense. Anyways, OG Men, Baker Mayfield did pretty good against Atlanta, put up some points. Houston, tough defense. But we'll see. Malik Neighbors against Dallas. I don't know. He seems a bit iffy. Oh, they're crying on the sideline, talking about give me the ball. I think unless Jameis Winston comes in, that's when he'll get some points for you. I think he did decent. I think he had like 10 points, right? But I mean, for someone you drafted so high up, 12 points. But it's cool to say a lot of people, your first rounders didn't do so well. So, like I said, week one, move on to week two. Mike Evans against Houston. I think Stingley is his name, that corner for him. He did pretty well against Adams. Held him to a few yards when he was on him. So he's a solid corner. But I don't know if he'll be smashed if he matched up with Ibuka or Mike Evans. McCaffrey, healthy for now. Going up against New Orleans. Should do well. Just depends if Mac Jones starts. I'm not sure if they wouldn't stack the box and just have Mac Jones try to beat him. But he does also catch the ball out of the backfield, so that should be good. But Mac Jones not known for checking it down. Marion Hampton against Las Vegas. I don't know, man. Travion Henderson was supposed to do pretty well, and he didn't put up big numbers. I think Hampton should be settled in, but it looks like the Chargers are trying to throw the ball more. I don't know. It was a weird game on Friday night. Njoku, I didn't hear anything about Njoku. Did he play? Six. Everybody was talking about Fanning. But yeah, Tyreek Hill, crying on the sideline. I don't know if the Colts defense got that better or it's just Miami struggling that bad. But like I said, against New England has whatchamacallit, just got beat by the Raiders. Oh, so Waddle versus Kittle. I mean Waddle versus Hill. Juwan Jennings, they're saying he should be fine. He should be trying to play. I mean, they kind of need him since they got nobody out there. But you never know. Arizona defense versus Carolina. I mean, just saw fucking Carolina suck. I mean, I think you put Swift in over Jennings just in case. But yeah, good luck in week two. In our third matchup, we have the Nighthawk versus the Warhammers. Nighthawk at 0-1, 8th place. Warhammers 0-1 in 10th place. They're both evenly projected. Nighthawk at 124 and the Warhammers at 124. Nighthawk is starting Jalen Hurts, DJ Moore, Jacoby Myers, Jameer Gibbs, Bucky Irving, Evan Ingram, Kyron Williams, Emeka Buka, and the LA Chargers defense. Warhammers starting Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, Brian Thomas Jr., Isaiah Pacheco, Tyrone Tracy, Jawan Johnson, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Jerry Jeudy, and the Chiefs defense. To Jalen Hurts versus KC. Super Bowl rematch. DJ Moore did all right, I guess. Just he's gonna go as far as Caleb Williams will take him. Should be better against Detroit. Revenge game for Ben Johnson. We'll see how he does, if he gets any better. Jacoby Myers versus the Chargers. He had a solid game and no touchdown last week. He should be getting those targets. Jameer Gibbs, hopefully he could get a little more running room. But I think that Chicago matchup benefits more Montgomery than it does Gibbs. Saw Aaron Jones struggle, but he did get some points on the receiving end. So I don't know, maybe Jameer Gibbs could have a 17-point game. Bucky Irving versus Houston. Uh, Houston's a solid defense, like I said. I think Karen Williams did pretty good against them. It's a good offense, should be able to score. Evan Ingram, I believe he's injured. I think it's day to day or something like that. I'm not sure what it was. But I didn't hear much from him on Sunday, probably because he got injured. Kyron Williams, solid against Tennessee. J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey were able to run against those fools, so it should be a solid matchup for them. Mika Buka, like I said, they have solid corners in Houston, so hopefully they shadow Evans and not Ibuka. You have another solid game. Uh, Chargers versus Las Vegas. I mean, it's a different Las Vegas, but should be should be able to keep up with them, especially after beating the Chiefs. Warhammers. Joe Burrow versus Jacksonville. I mean, did Jacksonville's defense get better, or was Carolina just that shitty? And then supposedly he had the best training camp and I don't know what, and he actually played in the preseason, but game one sucked. So hopefully he gets it together, gives you a solid maybe it's a shootout out there in Jacksonville. Or actually it's in Cincinnati. So he's at home, so it should be good for him. Jefferson got saved at the last minute. Goes up against Atlanta. Atlanta has a decent defense. We'll see how McCarthy does it. Hopefully, he could keep him relevant. Brian Thomas, he only had that one. I think he had like 9 points or something. Should do well against Cincinnati. Cincinnati doesn't have any corners like that. Fucking Flacco threw all over those fools, so I don't see why Trevor Lawrence wouldn't be able to do that. Pacheco versus Philly. Philly has a tough run defense, especially with Carter coming back. Hopefully, he doesn't spit on anybody. Then you should be solid. I mean, you should temper expectations, as they say. Tyrone Tracy, it looked like he got all the touches in this past game against Washington. Should do well. Juwan Johnson, I had him as a probably ad if he was for free. But yeah, he got all the targets. He was out there the whole time. Should be solid tight end. Jackson Smith and Jigba looks like he's the number one out there. Against Pittsburgh, I mean, just saw Garrett Wilson and Justin Fields torch them. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to. They just signed Jabril Peppers, so that might be a little bit of a problem with a safety like that over the top. Jerry Jeudy, if he just catches the ball, he has that CeeDee Lamb syndrome. Against Baltimore, the Browns are going to have to throw, so he's up there. And the Chiefs versus Philly, I mean, it might be a low-scoring game. Who knows? But hopefully they don't try. You don't have any other defense. But yeah. But yeah, hopefully you could crack 100 this week. Warhammers, Nighthawk. Hopefully it goes better for you. I think you lost by like 5 points or something like that. You were like the closest matchup, I guess is what instead of the blowout of the week. It was the closest matchup. But yeah, good luck to both of you. All right, in our next matchup, we have the Battle of the Compadres. We have Rebel Scum in 4th place at 1-0 versus the Rook, 1-0, 2nd place. A little bit closer in projections. Rebel Scum projected at 132. The Rook projected at 137. Let's see. Rebel Scum starting Patrick Mahomes, Jamar Chase, Drake London, Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara, Mark Andrews, Terry McLaurin, Brees Hall, and the Denver defense. The Rook starting Lamar Jackson, Puka Nakua, Devontae Smith, Devon Achan, James Conner, Trey McBride, Travis Hunter, Tony Pollard, and the Baltimore defense. Let's see. In the Rebels, Patrick Mahomes against Philly. I mean, we all saw how he did in the playoffs. Um, but I don't know. Maybe he's changed. His weapons are less than what he had before. So, and we'll see if he can put the same numbers he did last week. Maybe he'll do a little bit more running. Jamar Chase hopefully gets it together. If he gets it, I mean Jacksonville should be the defense to do it against. Like I said, I know they shut down Carolina, but that was fucking Carolina. I don't believe that the Jacksonville Jaguars got better in defense. Um, it's just more if Trevor Lawrence and the Jags can keep up and make it a shootout. Drake London at Minnesota, I think he should be doing. I think he's all right. I think it was just like a shoulder thing. Hopefully he could play. I know he had a solid Sunday against Minnesota. He should be able to do it. But again, if he's healthy. Jonathan Taylor, they said he had a stinger or something like that. But I mean, they were up so much in that game that who knows. But just monitor that, I guess. Against Denver, though, solid defense. But I mean, it looks like they look like a competent offense. Again, I don't know if it's because of the Dolphins' bad defense or did the offense get a little bit better. Alvin Kamara versus San Francisco should be a solid matchup for him. Catches the ball out of the back. I'm not sure how he did in the last game. I wasn't paying attention. Mark Andrews versus Cleveland. I don't know, man. That's not the same Mark Andrews. Uh, I personally wouldn't start him, but up to you. Terry McLaurin versus Green Bay should be getting his bearings back. You know, he since he held out all summer and training camp, starting to get back into game mode. But it should only take him a few weeks. I think they say like it's 2 to 3 weeks before they start ramping it up. Brees Hall, fucking had a game. That was my boy. I was just scared to draft him this year. Should do solid against Buffalo. We just saw fucking Derrick Henry run all over those fools, so I don't see why they wouldn't do the same game plan. Denver, solid defense. I think number one defense against Indy, and we'll see how they do it. The Rook, Lamar Jackson, had himself a game. I think winning the match. Technically, Lamar only needed like 2 points to beat the Arab Sensations, but did it the other way. Puka Nakua, solid. Had all those targets with Devontae Adams taking away fucking coverage. Bullshit, but it's okay. Devontae Smith. I mean, they should throw more in this game, but because KC has a solid run defense. But again, Eagles have a solid also offensive line. And we all saw the Super Bowl. Devon Achan, I think he saved you with a late touchdown. Should be able to do it against New England. New England, I guess, is a tough defense, it says, but I think it'll be all right, especially if they get it together. They're at home. Connor versus Carolina. Ooh, he should blow up. We just saw ETN have a career game against them. Same thing with Trey McBride. Problem is, if they get up by so much, will they really be throwing to Trey McBride like that? Travis Hunter at Cincinnati Like I said, if it turns into a shootout and they're going back and forth, he should have a solid game. Hopefully, they don't put him on defense, but no. Tony Pollard versus the Rams. I mean, they beefed up that front seven, so he should. But the good thing is he gets all the touches, so he should have a solid game. Baltimore versus Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland almost beat the damn Bengals. If it wasn't for the fucking kicker, but yeah, Baltimore should be a solid defense, at least from what's on the wire. But yeah, good luck to both of you. All right, in our last matchup, we have the Arab Sensations versus the En Fuegos. The Arab Sensations in 9th place at 0-1. The En Fuegos in 7th place at 0-1. The Arab Sensations projected at 125. The En Fuegos projected at 131. The Arab Sensations starting Jordan Love, Nico Collins, Ladd McConkey, Saquon Barkley, Travion Henderson, Tucker Kraft, DK Metcalf, George Pickens, and the Cowboy defense. The En Fuegos starting Jaden Daniels, AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, Bijan or Bijan, Chase Brown, TJ Hawkinson, Calvin Ridley, Teotora McMillan, or T-Mac, as the En Fuegos like to call him, and the Bengals defense. Let's see. Jordan Love should have a solid matchup against Washington. Could be a sneaky shootout, hopefully on a Thursday night. Nico Collins versus Tampa. Tampa's a tough defense. That offensive line hasn't gotten it together. And I think 2 guys got injured on Sunday. So I don't know how much better it is. So temper expectations there. Ladd McConkey, hopefully this is the week that he gets his touchdown. Fucking everybody, Johnson and Keenan Allen got theirs, but not McConkey. Saquon Barkley against the Chiefs. Like I said, Chiefs have a strong run defense. But Saquon Barkley. Travion Henderson versus Miami. We just saw Jonathan Taylor put up a good stat line against Miami. So like I said, maybe Miami's just that bad this year. Start everybody against Miami. But who knows, because Ramondre Stevenson was still there. Tucker Kraft against Washington. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember seeing much of Tucker Kraft in the last game. DK Metcalf against Seattle. Revenge game. You know they're going to want to get him the ball. Should be a solid start. George Pickens versus Giants. I mean, hopefully it turns into a bit of a back and forth, because if not, they're going to probably start running it. I think I'd give Charbonnet more of a chance. Everybody else on your bench is like... Anyways, Jaden Daniels. I mean, for the Fuegos, you got Jaden Daniels. Did pretty well against the Giants last week. Against Green Bay, a little tougher defense, but he should get it done. He's mobile, has weapons. Should be a good matchup for him. AJ Brown against KC. I mean, we saw Quentin Johnson and Keenan Allen, McConkey eat against KC. Hopefully, Philly sees that game plan and comes out throwing, but you never know with Philly. Maybe cried enough and not throw him the ball. Garrett Wilson had a solid game against Steelers. Should have another one against Buffalo. I think Tre'Davious White was out last week, but I don't know if he's coming back this week. That's the only problem with that, is Tre'Davious White's a good shutdown corner. But we'll see. Should have a good matchup, though, with Justin Fields throwing him the ball. Bijan because he catches a ball, runs it. Should have a solid game again. Chase Brown versus Jacksonville. He should have a solid game. He gets all the touches. No one really behind him. Hawkinson, iffy. He looked like he was blocking most of the game. And if Atlanta starts sending like blitzes and stuff, they might keep him in to block. I thought you had another tight end. Calvin Ridley against the Rams. He should do a little bit better against the Rams. They don't have a shutdown corner like fucking like the Broncos did with Patrick Surtain. So he should do well against the Rams. Teora McMillan. Same thing with Arizona. I don't think they have a shutdown corner. They did all right, but the Saints were able to almost win that game or tie it at the end. I don't see why Carolina can't get it together and put a good game against Arizona. And then Cincinnati versus Jacksonville. I don't know. It could be a little shootout. Like I said, Cleveland should have won that game if it wasn't for a few drops and people can't catch the ball and miss field goals. Classic Browns. I wouldn't start Houston. Like I said, they're a solid defense. Problem is that the offense sucks, so it doesn't give them time to breathe. Good luck to both of you. We'll see who comes up on top. All right, and that's it for matchups in week number 2. But yeah, just kept them short. Like I said, I went through a few of them a little longer, just kind of analyzing shit, kind of what I saw. Again, what I kind of saw, which is not too much because I was out in like fucking TJ and shit. But this week I should be able to watch them all. Fucking keep them all on there. Keep an eye out on shit that I see, especially defenses. Which defenses are good on this one. What position do they struggle against and shit like that. Give you guys maybe a little bit more info or just little tidbits of what you could think about before setting your lineup. But for sure, all right, good luck to all you.
Thank you for listening to Los Borrachos Happy Hour. Don't forget to hit that bell, hit that like and subscribe. See you next week.